Man,
it's not a music podcast, but man,
I ain't gonna lie. I almost let that whole thing run. I kind of forgot that we was recording. I was jamming that hard in my head.
Yeah.
It's not a music podcast, but man,
that's an early standout. That's my favorite song off of it right now.
That 20, right now. That 24 though.
Yeah, some stuff on there.
That 24 special.
Yeah.
See, I'm telling you. That other one good. I don't know if the other one got one of those though. That's my hot take. Semi take. But not a music podcast, but I'll say this. If you don't like nothing that it came out in the last 2 weeks,
you may not like music.
You don't
like new music.
You don't like new music. For real.
It's been a little bit of everything.
But whatever you into, grimy rap has dropped, pop rap has dropped, trap rap has dropped, like obscure rap has dropped. Like, what else do you want? Are you really waiting for Kendrick that bad? That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say.
But you got a verse from him.
Did you got a verse? Yeah, you got a verse for him. Yeah, and his little cousin. So
hey,
I mean,
something for everyone.
Somebody falls somewhere. I'm gonna say
if
that.
You like rap,
if you like rap, you got something. It's something. It's special week.
There's 2 new Jadakiss verses out in the world.
It is.
So, hey.
And it's a new Lock song. Come on, man.
Something.
Hey, Shock Glizzy even got something.
Hey.
What you want? Bobby Smurda dropped the freestyle.
He did.
What more do you want from me? What more do you want from me?
Oh, man.
Episode 32. Transferable Experience Podcast. What's up, Ed?
Yeah.
We here, man. Interesting enough, we was talking music, and I was listening to the Donda stuff yesterday. Like I listened to it when it dropped, but like the album didn't hit. It didn't hit until like 2 or 3 days ago. It like hit differently. Yeah, and once it did, man, I couldn't stop listening to it. And then I went back and checked the visuals from the live stream. And I was just thinking to myself, just like, how much of a visionary, just not just for Kanye per se, but it's just like visionary people. Like, how do you imagine something at that scale before it happened?
Yeah. That's a talent.
Is that weird? I mean, it's not actually, it's a special talent. It ain't a weird talent, but like, the concept of that people think like that, does that cross your mind?
I don't have that talent. Like, not like that. Well, I mean, I guess I kind of do in my own way, because I imagine like stuff I want to do and hope and to get to a point to where I have stuff on a grand scale. So I guess kind of, but not when it come to like music and stuff. But in my own way, I kind of do have a vision like that for certain stuff. Okay. But,
I mean, go ahead, my bad.
But yeah, but not necessarily when it come to music. Because sometimes I'll listen to an instrumental. Like, I hear a song, then I say, man, if I just heard that beat, I wouldn't know what to do. Yeah. Honestly. Yeah. Especially like some of those is really tricky and you just got to catch a pocket or something. I'm like, I don't know how they do that. But I mean, it's a talent, man.
Yeah, because I just watched it. I watched like the one he did in Chicago with the house. And he had like, I didn't even realize there was people like running laps around the house. I was just like, but it added to the visual.
But yeah, I might say, but creativity is a talent though, man. Yeah. Because I can't do that. It's just beyond my scope.
But maybe you paint your blank canvas in a different way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I might. Everybody got their own individual talent. Like, heck, I find people that can do interior design amazing. Like,
right.
I don't have that. Like,
you know what? I think I do. And I do with writing. Because I can see a blank page and I'd be like,
but see, and see, that's kind of where my talent come in. Like,
I'm more so like that.
I can create a world or like a story or something. And sometimes I would like dream about like movies that don't exist, and I would write them down. I'd be like, bro, hold on, the Saints of New Orleans, man, that's gonna be. I got some stuff. Man.
How many times you had that dream, man?
Just one, but it's like you be so inspired and you can come up with a. Like I said, I'm creative in that way. I like as far as shows and movies and coming up with plot.
So
what I suffer though is like just
putting it out there.
Yeah, like the like I can give you like a macro level, but then get into the micro of writing
like the X's, the X and O's.
Yeah. But I can tell you how I want it to go. But like as far as like the conversation,
but you ain't gonna be able to tell me like what the character wearing and what.
Oh, I can picture that, but
just okay.
Like I say, just like the dialogue you gotta have. But as I say, everybody talented in their own way. I do strongly believe that, and like I like in this day and age because stuff that wasn't considered a talent is a talent now, and you can monetize pretty much anything you good at because there's something called YouTube, and you can just record yourself doing anything
like we're doing now.
Like you get a conversation.
Yeah,
makeup,
food,
good
cooking.
with your hands, woodwork. Like it used to be like, man, I need to have a certain amount of clients, but you can just make stuff and put it on YouTube. And
man, I was trying to put my girl onto that ASMR stuff. She didn't know what it really was, and I sent her the videos of it. She was just like, "That makes like my." She said that makes my skin crawl, and she's like,
I mean, that's not the right one for her.
Yeah, but I was telling her, I was like. Cause she's like, I don't think that's for me because it like makes me itchy and stuff like that. I was like, but what it was intended for is kind of doing is getting a reaction out of you. Like,
but it's supposed to relax and soothe you. But I'm not just deep in it because Miko at one point he went through a phase where he was in. But it's something that if you go through them all, it's something that they do that's relaxing. Like some is cutting hair.
Yeah, I saw that one.
Seeing soap being cut. It's very random. It's a whole different.
I saw one when she was just like rubbing a candle, or like she was scraping the candle.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah,
I'm not deeply into them, but it is something that I find relaxing.
But you know what? I think it's one of those things where like I think there's an ASMR video out there for you.
Yeah, it's kind of like
you just got to find it.
It's kind of like saying you don't like to read. It's like it's some book that you find interesting. You just haven't found it yet.
I got a confession.
Okay.
I had when I went to sleep last week. I was going to sleep to these Bill Burr videos, and it's literally called "Fall Asleep to Bill Burr," ranting for like 11 minutes.
Was he upset?
It just Bill Burr. He just has a good way. He has a podcast too, and I think it's just like excerpts from his different podcasts. He just has a way of explaining things. I don't know why.
Does he have a common voice?
No, he sounds like a Boston native.
Oh yeah, see, I could.
But it ain't like dirty. It ain't like raspy.
Is he being loud? Like was his tone calm?
Yeah, his tone be calm,
okay.
but like his words be like exclamation point. Like he tells a story of being on an airplane and overweight guy and his wife come, and he's sitting in there like I hope they don't sit by me. I hope they don't sit by me. But then they do. But he said that's not what pissed him off. What pissed him off is that the big guy sat in the middle seat instead of getting by the window.
Yeah.
But then he was like, well, he could get by the window because he could probably break the window. And then he was just like, I was literally sitting behind this dude's fat. Like his fat was up there and I was behind him. But it was just something.
Yeah, that's interesting. But you fall asleep to interesting stuff though.
Yeah, what is that white noise that people like when you need to hear? Yeah, I just need white noise. So sometimes it's that. Sometimes it's
battle raps.
Battle rap. A lot of battle rap.
That's too aggressive.
In another cut. This picture here like Tay-Rock in your dream. In another cut. Oh, Hitman. But anyway, or Malcolm X speeches. But anyway, I say that to say that I was watching that stuff, the Kanye stuff, and it was just interesting to me. And not only just the vision. But like that was music first, so he had to be like, okay, this is like the song, but this is what it's gonna look like when I present it. Yeah. To even just,
I gotta. For me, because how does this sound? There's more stuff that I'm good at than I'm not good at, but the stuff that I'm not good at, I have a very, very high respect for, and that's where the arts fall into play. Because I'm not really that's where I don't really excel in the arts in any capacity.
Well, you just say you good with the visuals. That's art.
Like as far as like, you know, like dance, like choreography, you put together like piece, just all that kind of stuff, or being actually can draw, having an artistic ability.
You're more like literary art.
Yeah, so all that stuff I have a deep appreciation for, because that's creativity and that comes from someone's mind.
Yeah. Like you ever see the? Oh my bad. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was about to go somewhere completely different, man.
No, go there, because I was about to take a tangent.
You know, I was scrolling on Twitter and I was seeing people just give they like album reviews and stuff, and I was like, I might be one of the few people that's like young that don't like sharing their opinion. Like, people like on Twitter, that's almost what Twitter is for. Mm-hmm. Or your thoughts, which are
your
opinions and perspective on life. But
by nature, it is an opinion.
But it's like, I don't feel the need to share my opinion on stuff like on the internet. Like, I'll do it with like friends and stuff. I don't mind, you know. I'm very opinionated and got a perspective on almost everything. But like when it comes to like Twitter, like when people said that, and I was like, I don't know if it's because it's like I'm just very self-aware. I'm like, who cares what I think? Like who? Okay. Like why? Like people not sitting around saying, man, I wonder what they think about this album, or like, why does my opinion like?
Now you remember. Oh, go ahead.
But no, it's just like, who am I? Like, because I know me personally, some random person telling me how they feel about Donda don't.
It don't move you,
sway me, or about anything. It's like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Now, if it's like a lot of people saying the same thing, then I'll be like, oh, okay, so I guess that's just the masses' perspective on things.
Okay.
But at the same time, it's just me. I just don't. I don't care to.
Now, you remember back in our social media episode, I said when we was talking about Twitter, I said it's like, you know, the personal PR firm, right? It's almost got to the point where you feel like you need to comment on a popular topic so that people,
like you got to get your opinion,
like you got, it's like this trick where you got to let people know where you stand on the issue.
Yeah, it's kind of like, because you said, when you see yourself as like a brand or something.
Yeah,
and it's like, okay. Yeah. You look at yourself like you Coca-Cola or something. Like, okay, where you stand on it?
Yeah.
Pick a side.
What
you feel?
Yeah, like, exactly.
You're not that,
and people,
bro. You don't.
And people feel like that. You know what I'm saying?
It's like, bro, you don't. You can just keep it to yourself. It's okay. Like, you don't have to.
We're like, you know, everybody know recently we are in the wake of like two big artists dropping music. So it's only, everybody feel like they had to get their critique of the album. You know what I'm saying? And I was definitely feeling like, bro, I'm not gonna say nothing. Like, it don't really matter what I think. Like,
and then too, these days it's like, I don't want your perspective about my opinion. Like, I don't care. Like, it's like, you know, if you say something, somebody might say, well, I don't feel that way, and it's like, okay. Or like, you tripping, that was trash. Okay. Like, I don't. Yeah. It's like, I don't want, like, I'm not about to, you can't argue opinions. But it's like, whatever. Like, that's why I say I don't, sometimes I feel like that too, is like, where it's like, I don't say anything because I don't want any, like, because if you say something back, I don't want to have a debate about my opinion.
Yeah, because the
it's just the opinion. It's not a fact. You know, like, I don't.
Yeah.
Because some people hold their opinion in high regard. You know.
Yeah. And it's like beyond reproach.
Yeah. And for me, it's just like, it's just an opinion, bro.
Yeah. It's just what I think. And even if we did have a discussion or a debate, the foundation of the debate isn't solid because it's
based on opinion, bro.
It's rooted in opinion. I could say I like blue. You can say you like red.
Now, if I say this not Earth, this Pluto, okay. No, that's not this. Or something where you just wrong, like 2 + 2 is 5.
Yeah.
Okay, but opinion, I'm not about to debate opinions. My younger days I might, but it's like, I don't care. Like, no, I'm okay. And like I said, I don't feel the need to share it because who am I? Like,
yeah. I think a lot of people just use that as the personal.
But on Twitter, it's just opinions, and people they feel like
they just getting their stuff off. They just getting their stuff off.
And you see, I used to feel that way, but I don't know if I just got a healthier outlet now, or if I just do it in another way.
I don't. Yeah.
But I just don't use that for that. But it was just funny because I noticed that where it's just like, I guess because, when the albums came out and people just had to start giving their opinions and stuff. And like, why do you think people care?
Yeah.
And then people might rebuttal that and say, well, this is my Twitter account where I can say whatever I want and you follow me. So
what do you?
But I guess it kind of mean like, why do you follow me if you don't want to see what I have to say? Yeah. And at that point, you say, well, yeah, because if I don't care what someone has to say, then I probably won't follow them. Or I'm not getting some information or entertainment, or they got some type of perspective that I respect or something. But at the same time too, like you can just follow a stranger and they might just be entertaining. So they don't, that's what I say is. I think I'm like one of the few people where it's like I don't.
But it's like one of those things. It's like what you were just saying a couple of minutes ago. Like, isn't it crazy how like you can monetize your opinion? Those are what we call influencers. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm about to say, and there's people that literally on YouTube, they just talk and give their opinion.
Yeah, people get watch paid, it. People get paid to do like album reactions, like video game reactions. Just because
they just get on there and just talk.
They just talk.
Give their opinion about stuff, and people watch, and they have thousands of views.
Yeah, exactly.
And see, there you can say, well, people do care because
I got so many subscribers.
I monetize this. So.
And well, I think what makes people come back to you is if you present your opinion in a entertaining way, but kind of like compelling way as well. Yeah, you know what I mean. Like,
or you just offer a unique perspective.
Yeah, and you know how to word it. You know what I mean?
I think it's about that too.
You know what I mean. Like, you got people. Well, I ain't gonna say the name, but everybody know different outlets. Like, you ask yourself why you watch it. You ask yourself why you watch them, and it all boils down to like, oh, I just like the way they put that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't like. Some of it's original thought, but but no, I get what you're saying.
But yeah, man, I just like go with my irony. Though we have a podcast, but
we do, and people listen.
And again, this might be the way I
that's true.
Get that off. So I don't.
Are we over here talking like we not on the podcast? We doing exactly what we talk about.
So again, though. This might be my outlet, so I don't necessarily feel the need to. Yeah,
if somebody want to give your perspective, they'll come here.
Yeah. But then again, too, though, it's a certain stuff we talk about. So
yeah, that's true.
It's not like we just cover everything. So
this probably be a good chance to tell y'all do all the things, all the things.
Yeah, all the things, all the things.
We appreciate y'all.
The irony.
But
yeah, man. So in my life, these past few weeks. Me and my therapist,
hold on. We gonna always clap it up for the therapy. We always clap it up for the therapy, baby.
It was a joke I found. It was somebody said on Twitter. It was a joke that was like, something about like, what's two things. Somebody can't wait to tell you that they doing and they suggest it to you, and somebody was like therapy and something else, and I was like, yeah,
probably like veganism.
Yeah, so I was like, but therapy is healthy and help people. Though I don't, but it was just a joke. But still, in a joke, there's always some type of truth. But yeah, man, I think it's healthy and it can really help people, work through stuff because everybody got something. No one's perfect.
Yeah,
but anywho, so. In therapy right now, as I'm getting in the dating world and whatnot, me and my therapist, he kind of just walking me through that. Because, I'm a big proponent in if you do the same stuff the same way and expect different results, that's insanity. If you want something different, you got to do something different, So we kind of just
my bad.
Going on like a deep level, and he told me, he was like, hey, I want you to list like your deal breakers and your standards. And I was like, well, they kind of sound similar. Like, can you like break that down for me? And he was like, well, a deal breaker is something that you just won't tolerate. Like, it's just an instant no, you can't deal with them.
That's just a hard line.
Yeah.
Okay.
Compared to a standard where that's like a minimum requirement of your partner, right? So a deal breaker for me would be she can't do heroin. And that was a thing too, because it was funny, because it was like you know, a lot of stuff is like you would think is like kind of assumed, like but
yeah,
we went on every level from.
So y'all combed through it.
Yeah, from employment to religion
to profession
to political view. Yeah. So like, no, nothing is assumed.
Yeah.
Put everything down.
I guess that comes from like you never know what you will accept until you.
Yeah, or it's like I say, you think it's just the universal standard when it's really not.
It's really not.
Because some people might say, "Oh well, you know, I kind of dabble in that too." A little bit, so she, you know,
she could do a little coke. I don't care.
Yeah, but somebody else might be. So it was kind of interesting because, like I say, because that's what I say. It was just funny because it was like I had to list stuff that would kind of just be like I think it's understood because it's in my mind, so it is understood for me. But a lot of stuff I never vocalized.
Okay,
because that was one of the examples. He was like, "So you okay with her doing hard drugs like heroin and crack?" And I was like, "No." So let me put that down.
Yeah.
So it was interesting because like I had to work through a list, and it was just like at first nothing came. Then I started thinking, I was like, "Well, what don't I like?" Just instant no, and I just started running down the list.
Really.
With the deal breaker standards, and I thought it was pretty cool. That's why I kind of wanted to, kind of talk about it and like.
Okay, before you do that, I'm gonna give just a quick definition. Deal breaker. It says, an aspect, condition, or item that would not be accepted by a party to a business transaction or political deal. Then the second definition is something that would cause a person to abandon a plan, mutual agreement, or relationship. Standard, it says something you have to have in person, the base level things that you require. Does that sound accurate?
Yeah.
In definition?
Yeah.
Is that how it was presented to you?
Yeah, pretty much. Like I said, it's like deal breakers are just like stuff that's an absolute no that you wouldn't tolerate.
Okay.
And then, like I say, it's standards, which is like the minimum.
Okay, man. So let's go through it, man.
So like, I think one of the deal breakers for me is, if you can't effectively communicate, because communication is like,
that's the one that everybody gonna run to, right? I mean, because communication is.
But if you like,
so what you mean when you say effective?
Because I don't know. I've been in situations where I've dated women where it was like, we literally like words would get lost in translation, and like,
right.
We wouldn't like, she think I meant this when I said this, and it was like, ooh. I'm not even like on no like deep stuff. Like I remember, for example, one time it was like I was gonna meet, me and this girl was gonna go to the fair together, and she was like, "Well, I'm gonna ride with you," and I was like, "Well, okay, you can meet me up, but you need to drop your car off somewhere, so meet me here." And then she was like, "Oh, but I'm running late." I was like, "Well, okay, well, just meet me there instead, then, since you're running late." And she somehow got crossed in that and went to the place, and then she was like, "Oh, I thought you said meet me." And I was like, "Well, you said you was running late, so I said just to meet me there." It was just like, it was like just a crazy like where one word is just
one person's perception and another one's got like
and it's like
two different planes.
Or so like if that's what I say, if we just can't like effectively communicate, and like communication is just so important, and like I think that's one of those things. As I get older, I realize how like important communicating is, and like, and even that's not even just like in a romantic relationship. That's like any type of relationship with, whether if it's a friendship or romantic or just work. Like communication is important because
that's how everything gets on one accord, right?
Yeah, it's like, hey, I said this. Or I got to go out by Wednesday, and it was supposed to be 30 and 20 and something, not done. So communication is just important in every aspect of life.
I think that will be a deal breaker for me because of this. So when you talk about effective communication, right? It's just like active listening. It's also active listening and speaking, right? So as much effort as I'm going to give to you to listen to me, I want to do the same to you. You know,
Yeah.
Because for me, and I know we spoke about this, and you know, me and my significant other talk about this all the time, and she knows this about me. I love information. I love information, and I love context because like it will circumvent a lot of like friction. You know what I mean? Yeah. It'll like those moments where it's like it almost feels like a microaggression. Like, well, dang, like why you didn't know what this was? You know what I'm saying?
I'm about to say, I just like information anyway, and context is super important.
Yeah, like so if I know, you know what it is, it gives me the pretenses. That gives me the pretenses
and
to act under. Like I know,
it just give you a deeper understanding of the situation.
Yeah, I know how we operate because I know what the conditions are.
That's like if you was to ask somebody that they want to do, I had plans to do something, and they just say, "No, I don't want to do that anymore." You might well be like, "Well, dang." Or if you say, "Hey, I ended up having to work longer than I thought. Somebody just called me and they told me they had an emergency, and I got to work in the morning."
Yeah.
With that context, way more understanding than somebody was just to like
be like, nah,
flake on you at the last minute and you don't know why. Right. That's why I always say, like, communication and then like context is so. I'm big on context. I want all the context. I don't think you can never have too much context. It's like I say, it just better help me understand stuff, and then like even how like another person might think, or just kind of have a full understanding of the situation, because because there's always some type of like, you know, nuance or other stuff.
I do this thing where like I voice my intention first. So I'm like, Ed, I'm trying to do this, but like, let me give you the surrounding information. Like, you know, like I'm trying to go get something to eat. I want us to go get something to eat. But it's like, but dang, I don't get off until 6, and I know you be driving from your job. So maybe we can meet somewhere in the middle. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get the intention. The intention is not to get you to go out your way or blah blah blah. But you know, that's what I do. And sometimes when you voice that, it's good because you're presenting the conversation or the information with, this is the thought in mind. Yeah, this is what I'm trying to get across. Yeah, but these are the things that may prevent it or may make it blurry. And a lot of times, I think that works. But for somebody that just like that just doesn't involve that, I couldn't see a substantial like interaction like long term.
Yeah, communication is important, man. Or if you just kind of like,
go ahead.
Can't say, you know, communicate what's wrong with you, but you like. Come on, acting upset, but you're not like.
Come on now.
Gotta use your words, man. It's important
because, like,
you know me. I think that's kind of just all me. Not just necessarily mine.
But we are at the age now, and even if you're not at the age, somebody listening, like, it is so helpful to discuss, you know, your emotions. Like you could say, "I'm mad at you right now." Okay. That's understood. So everything after that is going to be taken with that in context. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't mean your statement is any more invalid. You know what I mean? It just lets me know, like, okay, this is the emotion, but let me give you the background information. Right? Like, this is what happened. It made me feel like this. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, rather than if you just instantly act on it, and it's like, I don't know. It's just dealing with somebody that's a high level communicator. You will see the difference, and it's just.
I also can't deal with nobody that like shut down, like that whole shut down, silent treatment. Like that stuff. Right, that's a deal breaker for me, bro. Because like I'm going to always pursue the conversation, like because I just know that at some point we're going to have the conversation. Now people don't. Okay, this is what kind of gets confusing. You could say, okay, I don't feel like having a conversation right now.
Or you can say, like, I don't think I have the mental capacity to be able to have this conversation right now. Can we table this and come back to it? Or something. I'm saying, if you're a high-level communicator, man, it kind of just makes stuff a little smoother. Even, like I say, something like that where somebody's upset, but now you understand.
Yeah, because I don't want to feel like, Because after I feel like I'm pulling your teeth to get answers from you or a response from you, I start to feel like I'm overdoing something.
But yeah,
you know what I'm
that'd be a
saying?
deal breaker of mine if you just shut down, because it's like, what does this accomplish?
Yeah, and it's like, and then that'd be the same people that like wake up one day and it's all fine. It's like, wait, whoa, like this happened.
There's issues at hand we aren't discussing.
Yeah, come on now, dog. Come on now, dog.
Yeah, bro,
you know
I can't do that, man. We got.
I can't do that.
Address it. Like I say, if you feel like you can't get through a conversation right now and you vocalize it, I respect it.
I can respect that. I can respect
Me,
that, bro.
I'm just.
And
I know we got to get through it at some point, man.
Right.
But another deal breaker of mine is temper issues. Because if you got a temper and you just fly off the handle,
you flash out.
Yeah, I can't deal with that because no.
Yeah.
I don't got that in me. That would be a deal breaker.
You want nobody like throwing no bottles across the room and nothing.
Yeah, or it go from a conversation to instantly you see them just instantly swing off, or they just turn to a completely different person.
Yeah,
they got a temper problem.
Yeah,
nah, man, that's not healthy, and
that's dangerous.
Yeah, bro,
that's dangerous because if you do that, now I'm in a situation where I feel like at any time, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like at any time, like. Nobody want to be on guard with somebody all the time. You know what I mean? Like life already rough enough out there in the world. Like if I'm with you, friend or platonic or intimate friend, you know what I mean? Like I don't want to have to be like, you know what I'm saying?
Not okay. Yeah, that's something you need to work through.
Yeah, and that's like. I feel like that's a you issue. Like I can't trigger you. I mean, I could say something triggering, but
you shouldn't be reacting like that. Like that's not a healthy way to react to stuff.
And I can't make your arm slap me. You know what I'm saying? You got to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Like, I'm saying that kind of go into my next one, which is physically or verbally abusive. So yeah, you can't just punch me in the face when you're upset or put your hands on me and stuff. No.
You brought this up. Did you bring that up to the therapy? Did y'all talk about that one? Did y'all talk about this one? The physical abuse?
Yeah, I'm physically or verbally abusive. No.
What did he say when you said that? Was you just trying to get something out you?
Oh well. Like I say, how it when it was like we list them off, and then he's like, kind of he asks for context and for me to expound.
Oh, okay.
I mean, but some stuff is obvious, like when I had hard drugs on me.
Yeah, he's like, I just don't want to deal with that.
I understand that.
Yeah.
And then some he'll offer a little pushback and say, well, what if, or how do you know? Because that's what he asks a lot of times. He was like, well, how do you know if someone can't communicate? And a lot of stuff is just through time and getting to know a person and seeing them in certain situations. You
think a deal breaker is something that shows up pretty soon? Or do you feel like it?
I mean, depending on what your deal breakers are. Like mine, deal breaker mine is if you smoke cigarettes. So if you say, hey, I'm going to step outside and smoke a cigarette.
Yeah. That's true.
So I said, I think some show themselves before. I think the tangible ones come out pretty early.
I about to say, I'm asking you just because
but like some of the intangibles, like you just got to see with time. Cause words are one thing, but.
Remember we was talking about conflict in the episode, and we was talking about how like when it happened, you know what I'm saying? Like at that moment, either you sit on it or you kind of like nip it in the bud right there.
Yeah,
I think deal breakers kind of can operate like that too. Like,
yeah, I say when it arises, like I say, like how you deal with conflict may be a deal breaker, like you say, because if you shut down, I mean that would be a deal breaker.
Like I'm not gonna know that you shut down when you're mad first date. You know what I'm saying?
Or if you with somebody and they just physically just stop talking and refuse to talk to you.
Yeah, that's true.
That could be a way,
That's true. That kind of goes into a deal breaker that I had. I put somebody that's like not considerate, right?
Yeah.
So like that's something that kind of builds over time, right? Because
or they could be shown in action, like say you got somebody coming to your house. Yeah, and they stop to get something to eat, and they just walk in with food and be like,
"Well, dang, yeah."
You knew you was coming over here. Like it was understood that they was coming to you. They could have been like, "Well, dang, you want something?" Or or like today, for example, like when I was going to the natural health shop, and I take it, say, "Hey, you need anything from here?"
Yeah, that's true.
Or like when people might be going, or people somebody y'all might be hanging out and say, well, I'm hungry, about to go get something to eat, and they don't even say, well, hey, you want to come, or are you hungry, or
or like somebody come to your crib and like they bring somebody else, like, hold on, you
didn't even let you know, or
you ain't let me know,
or if they come over and like y'all have they leave their cups and stuff,
exactly
out, they don't even try to pick up after themselves,
exactly, or like in like a
or if somebody come and lay on your couch and they got their shoes like on the couch, like
that's true.
But there's a lot of ways you can tell somebody considerate. I think, like I said, that can be expressed kind of through actions or even through words, or like I say, or I don't know. I think that's kind of one.
And then it's like there's different things you can be considerable of. Like you can be considerate of my space, be considerate of my time. Like
time.
Like you invite me to a place and you show up late. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean?
Or be considerate in the sense where if you just text somebody and said, I don't know, man, I had a long day and man, I'm really tired, and then they say, well, let's go get something to eat.
Like, bro.
Or if you say I'm tired and they be like, wow, you really not gonna eat with me? Like, I think that's kind of
now
like,
that happens.
I just told you.
I just told you I ain't into it right now.
Or I'm tired, you know, like they're not being considerate of what you going through or something.
Right.
Or if you say, man, I kind of had a long day, I'm kind of just about to go to head to bed, and somebody get upset, just like
that's true. Like, no, man, that boy Ed.
Or if you at work and they be like, wow, why you taking so long to text back?
Dude,
man, work. You can't text at work. Well, doing something at work. There's not many jobs where you can just sit and not do anything. Normally, they only want you to do something to earn the money they're going to give you. So, like, I mean, like, being considerate can show up in a lot of different ways. But yeah, that's a big one.
Especially if something is voiced. Like, if I voice, like, man, I like to get my sleep because I get up for work early.
Yeah.
And like, you trying to, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Or like I say, you only care about what you trying to do, and you're not considering the other person.
That's what it is.
Or say like you work an unorthodox schedule, like you a nurse or something, and you say, "Hey, let's go eat at 11. I like this place.
Yeah,
let's go there at 11." And be like, "Well, you didn't consider the fact that that person worked a regular job and got work tomorrow. They may not want to."
Right. I'm listening to like the ones that we've already went over, and it's just like. These are like these deal breakers that we're calling them. Like these are like things that like if somebody wasn't doing them, it'd be hard to like create a lifestyle with. Like it'd be hard to create a lifestyle with somebody. For me, you know what I'm saying? Maybe for you. I mean, I know most of it is your list. It'd be hard for me to create a lifestyle with somebody that wasn't considerate. You know,
but some people if they aware of themselves, like, well, I'm selfish, so it works if I'm with somebody that's selfish.
That's right.
We care about ourselves and we take care of ourselves. And
you right.
I don't know. Different dynamics work for different people.
You right.
Man.
You right about that.
So I don't know. Different. Everybody don't have the same dynamic.
Yeah.
That might be a value of yours, but somebody else might be like, I don't care. I'm always look out for me anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
First, I don't. So
you think people can just have the power to overlook? Like, I don't even worry about that because I be doing this. You know what I mean?
Some people might. Yeah. I don't know. Different. They kind of go into the whole different strokes for different folks. So. Or that may not be necessarily a deal breaker for some people. They might just be like, whatever.
Yeah.
I think another one of mine was if you lazy. Because I think like, and that can like seep over to like different.
Now laziness.
The parts of your life. Like you can say, I'm lazy. I don't like to
laziness
do anything. Like you may, like I said, I've just seen that when somebody say I'm lazy, and that normally be in like multiple parts of the aspects of their life. Like they may say, I don't work out because I'm lazy. I don't cook because I'm lazy. I don't I don't clean, take out clean. I don't take out the trash. I knew I needed to do that, but I was lazy.
I forgot to get gas. I
I didn't feel like doing it. Like I said, that can just bleed into your life, and I just don't.
Yeah,
like because I'm a very much so. Well, I gotta get done. Let me just do it. Like
prompt.
It's proactive stuff. Just gotta be done.
Yeah,
putting it off is just gonna make it more annoying and inconvenient.
And it builds up into such a bad way.
And I'm saying it'd be like if you attack it when it come up, it may not be bad, but now you got 20 things to do because you didn't just attack it.
Like get gas. Now
you got to run a bunch of
yeah.
stuff at one time that you got to do because you was just too lazy.
Too lazy. And laziness is it's a like mentality. It's like a state of being.
And that can bleed into like I said, a lot
it's
of
not necessarily it's projected in acts, but it's really like a state of being.
That had kind of started to creep up on me at one point in my life, and I said, anytime I say I don't feel like doing something, I'm doing it instantly. So anytime I say I don't feel like doing it, I go do it instantly. Yeah, because I had to break myself out of that because that's contagious, bro. Yeah, that's why I say I don't like being around people like that's lazy, bro. Because that rub off on you, bro. Or if you not lazy, they find the issue with you because you can't just
chill.
Well, I do, but it's stuff that need to be done.
Yeah, I can't. So you don't understand. I can't do this until this is done.
Yeah, and it's got to get done at some point. So let me just do it now. Mm-hmm. And I kind of go into like that laziness. Kind of go into like lack of drive. Like,
oh man,
it's like me. I'm always striving to be a better person and stuff, and improve in every aspect of my life. So it's like I think that's like work that doesn't stop. Even like people that's billionaires, they got us drive. They still working on stuff.
Yeah, they're still innovating.
So it's like that's kind of how I am. Like I'm appreciative of the moment I am and grateful for it, but I'm always working towards more and something else. And so and then too is like I know if you with somebody that don't have that drive, you may it up like I would like bump heads.
Yeah, you would bump head because
why you can't just whatever.
It creates a lot of friction, right? Because here I am trying to like think of this, and you on the other side like, yeah, that's cool, but not right now.
So it's like being with somebody that kind of got that same mindset.
Well, like for me, I'm big on, and you know this about me. I'm big on inspiration, right? And I'm big on inspiring other people. Yeah. But I like being inspired also, right? Yeah. So if I hear, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Get your thoughts on.
I was just about to say that. I don't know why, but like when people come to me with like ideas that they're passionate about, it inspires me. I'm like, dang, Ed feel so strongly about that. It make me want to go, man, let me go get this done. Like, or like if I'm in a relationship, I'm like, man, let me go get this done and make this easier for such and such. You know what I mean? Like I don't know.
But I've learned too, because I used to think naively that if I'm dealing with somebody or something, my positive attributes
will rub off,
and it just don't work. Some people are who they are, and that don't work like that. You might be inspired by, like you said, seeing positivity and stuff around you, while other people they just say, like, "Oh, okay, that's them."
Yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah, so
that's
everybody true. Don't have that, but I'm kind of the same way where if I'm around people that's on their stuff, and like, especially like if I was to be dating or in a relationship with somebody that's always on their stuff, it made me like, let me.
Bro, that would kind of keep me with a little pep in my step. Like, man, let me go get this.
I need a little straightening, maybe. Hold on, let me make sure I'm on my P's and Q's. Hold on now.
Hey, man, where that test is?
Make sure my I's dotted and my T's crossed. Hold on, man.
But
see, though I say everybody different. Some everybody people might be motivated by people.
And some, what's funny? Some people be humiliated by it. Yeah. Some people like, man, look at Ed.
Or they might see that as kind of like
you stunting on them.
Yeah,
like a stunt,
or like a personal attack. Or I don't know. Like I say, everybody.
But I'm just saying, like the different. Yeah. Like that happens sometimes. Like, dang, Ed stunting on him. He going to get a job in Denton.
But some people might be like too. It's like, I don't know. They don't care, or it's like, oh, that's what's up.
Yeah.
But like I say, if I see people, working and doing stuff good, but too, it's kind of like, I guess kind of go into you about who you keep around you, because like if some people, if they like that, they want to keep people around them that's being positive and working towards stuff, because that motivate them and keep them on their P's and Q's.
Right.
While others, they like I said, I think that's just very person to person. But that's how I am. Like,
I'm gonna say one of my deal breakers, and I think I know what it's rooted in. So one of my deal breakers is somebody that don't have a big sense of family. Like they don't want to be around family, or like they don't care about their family. Maybe but I don't really know what happened between them and their family. But I think it's really this: somebody that's just like that just shuns the idea of connectivity with people. Like you don't got to be. I know I'm extroverted, but you ain't got to be in the middle of the party, or you ain't got to go to every social event. No, you don't. But for somebody to not believe for somebody to have a big disbelief in creating bonds with multiple people as a unit, I don't know. For me, it just says something like, dang, like, so you don't like nobody? You know what I mean? It made me say that, like, you don't like nobody else? Like, there's nobody else that's cool with you, or you don't want to be cool with nobody else. And I dated, like, ironically, I've dated some pretty reclusive, like, individuals. Like, some of them, like, most of them ain't really just mess with a lot of people like that. Maybe that's why they're with me, but that's a different podcast. But I used to be like, man, like, you don't think, you know what I'm saying? Like, I asked about their family, like, oh, they cool. I don't really be talking to them like that. Like, dang, that just made me sad. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I guess it ain't just, maybe it's not a deal breaker, but I think it's a standard. Like,
you want somebody that
they got friends, friendships and like relationships,
family, community, and personal relationships.
Yeah, but like think about like those. I ain't gonna say just chicks, it's dudes too, but like those chicks they be with like a different group of friends, like every 6 months and stuff. You know what I mean?
But they kind of just maybe find somebody to hang out with for a second, but they don't really.
Yeah, they don't really like.
And they don't really have any friends.
Yeah, I'd be like, man, what's?
But yeah, I think that when you say that, yeah, because even me, not necessarily being a people person, but because I'm not a people person, I value the people that's in my life.
Exactly, that's what I want. Yeah,
and
exactly,
because it's like I be around a lot of different people, and like. It's a lot of core values I look for. So when I find it in a person, I value them and,
right,
maintain that relationship and appreciate that relationship and hold it to a high regard.
Right. I think that's just I don't think it's a deal breaker. I think it's more of a standard for me.
Yeah.
I would like them to have it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But, my bad. What was next? I kind of interjected.
But yeah, I think the deal breaker with me would be, and it's like I say, some of these are just like, yeah, duh. I would imagine, but like I say, he made me list out the ins and outs, the stuff you would think. So, like I say, one for me is poor hygiene. Because he even asked me that, he was like, "So you don't care about their hygiene? That's not something that you value?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, it is." But a lot of stuff I thought was a given. He still made me mention. So yeah, that one because I'm a cleanly person. So cleanliness is important to me. Yeah, you like things straightened up, wiped down. Yeah, I'm talking about hygiene wise yourself too. Oh yeah. Keep everything how it's supposed to be. You don't want to. You just say, so shower when I get to it. Maybe once a week now. Nah. Yeah, I mean, hygiene is very important to me, and I think if you really cleanly, that kind of go into like one of my being organized and like I say, in my older age, that's like. Stuff I find attractive. Somebody that's really organized and clean and neat. Like I said, because for me, that kind of just go into my peace of mind, and I just like being in clean, organized. Because It's just for me. It's just like I said, it's a mindset thing. It just my girl me relax, like that. And it's just my girl like that too. Yeah, it just makes stuff like peaceful for me. So yeah. Because everything is straightened up. Everything is. No, that's a big deal breaker for a lot of people because like that kind of like goes into like your lifestyle. Oh, I said that earlier, but like what it looks like in actuality. Like you know what I'm saying? Like they say the best way to you go to somebody's restaurant, they kind of tell you how they live. You know what I mean? Yeah. Things like that. And sure, it's a big telltale sign. Yeah, because if somebody take pride in that, then that is like they probably take pride in other stuff. Like it's just they maintain that. However you do, if you got a cleaning lady that come once a week, or you bust out that mop yourself.
Or you
My thing is you getting it's done.
It's done.
Again, I'm results based. 1 + 1 ain't the only way to get the 2. You just gotta get there.
I'm looking at your deal breakers. I didn't know you put scammer on here.
Oh, because he even asked me. He was like, "So the profession?" Because one of my standards was to be employed or working towards
employment,
or in school for a postgraduate degree. Because if you in law school or PT school, you probably doing that full time.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was like, "Well, so you would be cool with any profession that they had?" And I was like, Then that's why I put like, you're a scammer because or a thief because
that's just so rooted in deceit.
Just making the honest living and stuff like that stuff is just like.
Plus when you like messing with them kind, it's like you never know when they're gonna come back on them.
Yeah, I'm about to say, and I think, and I believe that when you do stuff like that, it'll eventually catch up with you at some point.
It does. Like you're almost always working on some type of borrowed time. Like either if the feds don't get you, whoever you scam, probably gonna get you.
At some point, you may have a reign.
It's gonna be good though. I'm good. I'd rather have peace of mind. Yeah. Friends too, man. I ain't just around a bunch of scamming dudes, you know.
Yeah, and I think another one for me is lack of accountability.
Oh,
that's big for me. Yeah. That'll be a deal breaker. As if
it make it hard to deal with somebody that always make it seem like it's your fault, huh?
Or if just everything the world just happened to them.
Yeah,
like they don't ever have any part in.
They don't ever partake in none of the stuff, huh?
Yeah, what happened to them is just like, woe is me.
Oh, I can't stand a woe is me.
Yeah, so
I can't stand
having some type
of
accountability. That's important to me
because it's the ownership of your own action that kind of lends itself to like, oh, this is a responsible person. Not only are they responsible for the things that are around them, they're responsible for the things that they do themselves. Yeah, and that right there, I can respect.
Yeah, because I'm gonna say everybody got. Shortcomings and mess up. We all human.
Like if a girl told me like, yeah, I slapped her in the club, I did that. I'm like, dang. Well, okay, she owned up to it, so I can't do nothing but respect it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
or they kicked me out.
Yeah.
But what did you do? Yeah. Well, I cursed out the manager and everybody in there.
Okay, all right. But don't just be like, man, they ain't little racist. They racist.
Damn, you just cursed everybody out and flipped the table. And broke a glass. What did you want them to do?
It's crowd control.
They just asked you to tuck your polo when you. They just asked you to tuck your polo.
It's crowd control.
Straight was touching his knees. Anywho, but yeah, I think that's one. And then another one for me is just consistency. Yeah, if you're not consistent. If you're inconsistent, that's a deal breaker. Because like
that's got to be big for somebody like you that kind of like does the routines,
structured, and it's weird too. It's like if you just appear and then
don't nobody like that though.
You just disappear for 3 months and come back like nothing happened, and it's like, well, what did you? Or even like just
I've been that guy. I'm sorry. I've been there.
There was no context either. They just like, hey, what are you doing today?
Yeah.
Like, hey, where have you been?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
And it's just like, I don't even ask you to put stuff, but consist like, that's strange. Like to just pop in and out of people's lives and just kind of.
I gotta admit,
especially if you like,
I've been that
you really inconsistent. Where it's like you might text somebody another exchange, then that's it. Then 3 weeks later. Another exchange, and that's it. It's like,
so what's the difference?
What's the purpose of talking?
What's the difference between inconsistency and then like a reconnection?
Well, that's different if you say, well, hey, I had some stuff going on.
Okay.
I was gonna say if you communicate, I think that kind of go into that. But if you just like, or if it's like, when I say consistent too, it's kind of like, everybody is human and might have a good day, bad day. But if it's just like
all over the place,
because I'm a pretty, me personally, I'm a pretty steady person. I'm never too high, I'm never too low. And it's not like, I understand people want to express their emotions and stuff, but if it's just like, I guess, but I think they kind of go into, if you don't express your emotions in a healthy way, that would be a deal breaker. But like, consistency for me is just like, I don't know. I think they kind of go into, when it comes to like into personality stuff, they kind of just go into expressing yourself in an effective manner. Because because a person that don't know how to express themselves, they may be just chill, and then if they just instantly try to slap you or something, or it's just like it's like, I don't know which version of you I'm gonna get each day. I don't like being around people that's like that, because it's kind of tiring for me. And trying to figure out, because I say I'm a pretty consistent, like me on a bad day, me on a good day, it's kind of I can express myself, but it ain't like just extremes to where it's like
regardless, you're gonna get
you know, you've been around people like that where you just don't know which version of you gonna get that day, and that's why I say like that kind of fall into consistency too, because it's like like you can have a bad day and express that, and that's perfectly fine. But if you just like and it's very uncertain, because it's like well, you know, you've said that about people. Whoa, what mood is he in today? Like,
I was just about to say it
can be a drastic difference.
You be thinking like, oh, I wonder which blank we gonna get today. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's just like, man, I don't deal well with when it's like just drastically different. And I think another one of mine would be, like I said, if you just, a deal breaker of mine is if you just got a negative outlook on men.
Oh, hold on now, man. Hold on now. It's a Transferable Experience podcast, man. What you talking about?
We here, man.
What you talking about, man? What you mean?
Well, my thing is, if you just got like just
give me the signs. Give me the signs.
If you just got like a complete negative outlook on men, if you like, well, all men are liars, all men are stupid, all men inconsiderate, all men just not like, a single positive thing to say.
The outlook.
That's what I say. If you just got a completely negative outlook on men, I can't.
That's hard. That. Like, because that make me think to myself, it's like, I can't change your mind. You know what I'm saying? Like,
or I'm not about to
try to
fight all those preconceived
notions, bro.
And it's like, no one in this world is monolithic. Race, sex,
orientation.
Nothing is monolithic. So if you say, I've dealt with some people that was like this, cool, but you can't put that jacket on everybody. And you might have had a bad relationship with your father he wasn't even like, but you can't just lump everyone into that same group and say
and it's funny, man. I mean, because you know, you have your people on social media that just come out and say that, right? But a lot of like regular day-to-day civilian citizens, like that kind of thing like seeps up. Like, you know, that realization is just like, you talk with somebody, you know, I'm heterosexual, so you talk to a woman, and she say something like, man, I ain't know dudes thought like that. You know what I'm saying? But then she say that over and over. She's like, oh, I thought all dudes went blah, blah, blah. You know? Or like, every time I dealt, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, dang, you ain't got nothing positive to say about men? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just like, bro, everybody ain't bad.
Yeah.
It's a lot of bad ones, but it's a lot of good ones too.
Yeah, that's just the world.
Just the world. Like, just take, this what it is. I want you to take me as I am, not what you think I am. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
So yeah, that would kind of be one. Then to kind of like just kind of touch on standards, which a lot of these kind of are like parallel to the deal breakers,
right?
I think one of my standards personally is being health conscious. Okay. I'm not saying you gotta
be a freaking
vegetarian and
outdoor,
don't eat dairy and super intense.
You gotta run marathons.
But I am at least health conscious and try to balance out my life. So I like someone else that, like, you know, they do work out or in some form. You can take a hip hop class, you can do yoga, but
you want somebody that's active.
And then like you try to balance out your lifestyle, maybe at least during the week you try to, eat healthy, or at least don't eat out like that, or don't do fried foods that much. Like some type of where you somewhat conscious and you're not.
Okay.
I'm not just hitting, saying good morning. What are you doing? You saying just eating some hot Cheetos and drinking a Sprite.
Golly.
At 8:00 in the morning. No.
Golly, I've seen it though.
No, bro, I'm cool.
What's the Stark? I've seen it.
Yeah, I was gonna say you got like a diet of like a 15-year-old, bro. Like, come on. Like,
yeah, you dip everything in cheese. Everything in cheese.
It's like you don't. It's no.
There's no. So with somebody that's health conscious, it's because they don't even. It don't even got to be like they shooting for the star, but they want to maintain a healthy standard of life.
Do a little something. What is that saying? Yeah, I know. I gotta do something like. It's like you gotta use it or lose it. So it's like, yeah, I don't really run, but I'll go do yoga twice, 2 or 3 times a week, or whatever you do that work for you. But something,
right? And you got to think to yourself, like when it comes to things like that. I mean, we getting up there, but we still pretty young, in the grand scheme of things. So,
but yeah, this is a time. But I think this is the time you gotta start thinking about that type.
I was just about to say, because we're not always gonna be in this type of shape. But
yeah, I'm not saying we ain't necessarily just spring chickens.
I'm about to say, we ain't just how we was. You know what I'm saying? But we still gonna have to.
Hey, my court, can you check it?
Yeah, it's still gonna be a situation where like things can go differently. You know what I'm saying? Man. But I know if you're doing the things you need to do.
But then too is like, man, I'm not trying to. Me personally, I don't want to be on 90 different pills.
Yeah.
Stuff. And then like for me, like I know the stuff that run in my family. So it's like high cholesterol. So that's why I say I kind of try to chill on like the
salty foods and stuff.
Yeah, butter and just going crazy on fried food. I love my fried chicken, but you do. I can't eat it every day. I just can't. And just kind of just taking those
little steps,
preemptive actions.
That's the word. Preemptive.
Being proactive about stuff, instead of waiting and just
waiting till the stuff goes
and then
wrong.
Too is like that's such a part of my life that I think because I used to think like, well, I don't really care what somebody else do, but like I say, sometimes that can like conflict,
Yeah,
and like I say, the funny thing is I love to eat, so it's not like I'm saying like I'm not gonna eat, but it's like it's just having balance in your life and realizing Now some people they rare and they don't put on any weight, they can eat whatever the heck they want. Me, I don't, and they be a perfect bill of health. Yeah, and if you one of those,
more positive.
Lucky you. Me, I ain't like that. Yeah, you can tell if what my diet was like during the week.
Yeah.
I don't have that special.
Your body gonna show you.
Yeah, what's going on in my life.
Yeah, your body gonna show you. Yeah.
So that's just one of my standards. Another thing because it's big in my life is just respecting time. Being respect time, and that's my time, your time.
Yeah. Like if you, my bad.
Yeah, but like I said, I'm just super big on that. Like just being respectful of my time. Like. If you're gonna be late, or if this time just don't work for you, let me know rather than knowing you're gonna be late, but you wanted to come in like I value time a lot, so I don't like when people like
play with it.
Yeah, like as I say, I don't mind if somebody. I would rather you say if I say, hey, let's go eat at 7, and you can't make 7, and you're gonna be late. I'd rather you say, hey, let's just move it to 7:30 because I can't make 7, rather than you be late.
And you be 30 minutes late, and you already been there for 30 minutes. Yeah.
So I just I like when people respect my time because I try to respect people's time because you know how I am. If the time change, I'm giving you an update saying, oh man, no, it's gonna be more so this time now because I had to.
Also, and it goes back to what you said. I mean, people that listen know. Think about the don't call you after 10 o'clock.
Yeah, it's just kind of going to my respecting my time.
Yeah, like this is my time to get my rest and stuff. Like, yeah.
This is an emergency, so I'm just big on time because that's one thing, bro. You can't get back. You can't. No matter how much money you got,
how much clothes you got on.
That's
it's just a standard. It's a constant.
It's a different type of value to time. Bro,
it is, and everybody got it.
Yeah, so like I said,
everybody got it.
I'm big on respecting people's time. I like my time to be respected, so that's a big thing for me. Like I say, some of these kind of
like
go with the deal breakers, so I won't mention them. But then another one for me is a standard is if you got like some type of structure in your life,
like a day to day, like I do this at this time.
But see, because me, like weekdays, I got structure because I operate in structure and I thrive in structure and I like structure.
Right.
So when I say somebody has got to have some type of structure in their life, that don't mean that everything planned out, but it's like
it ain't got to be like
some type of
like
organization and togetherness about your life.
Like so you want to be able to be like, okay, around 4:00 they probably over here, they probably doing this. Like that kind of structure, or more so like no, they're into the Zumba classes. They go Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Or if they got it like planned out like that, that's cool. Or if they just got like, I just don't like sloppiness and all over the place and
like you. Okay.
So it's like for me.
Oh, so somebody's like, oh yeah, man, I don't really do the drinking and stuff during the week. I kind of just come home. I go to work, I come home.
Or I might just have a glass, or it's like some type of show. Well, I normally do this, or they say I don't know. It just depends on the day. Like my days are day to day. I have no idea.
Yeah.
Like
or they're like, oh, I work through the week, so I kind of keep it. I keep it at home.
Yeah, I might go out.
Yeah, if I got
like an occasion somebody want to go, but okay, so it's some type of structure.
So you operate by some type of schedule. Or some type of...
It's like I say, it's some type of... Like weekends, I get weekends because my weekends are like...
freestyle.
Yeah, so if somebody got plans, I might do something, I may not. Or it's just open. So it can be.
Yeah.
Even that structure saying, my weekends kind of just be open. And if somebody got something or... But yeah, it's just some type of structure because it's just no type of structure. Like I said, it ain't got to be hard. Like, okay, 8 o'clock I do this, 10 o'clock. Like, nah. Or you be like, like how you kind of said, I go to like a little
Zumba class on Tuesdays. Yeah. I go to church on Sundays.
Or even if you say, I just during the week I just kind of just work and just hang out. I might go just some type of structure and organization to your life.
Yeah. Or even somebody be like, man, me and my friends, we go to the spot on Tuesdays for their little $2. That's just what we do.
Now, see, I would really like that. They kind of like their little stuff like that. But that's just like some type of structure.
But that's still structured. Yeah.
That's what I say. I like structure, bro. You just too loose. Like it's just all over the place and it's just chaotic. I don't like chaos and just that. So that's not something I could go into, man. And like I said, some of these are kind of like they just kind of go with the deal breakers, and so I don't really want to get into it.
So let me ask you this: after, I mean, you ain't got to disclose to us everything that happened at the session, but like after you broke this down to him, what was like the wrap up? What did you feel better? Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, we kind of just went through everything. I think it's more so just like I say, like a lot of these things have never been vocalized by me, and it's. Just
I was just about to say,
it make you just think of everything because. Actually,
and thanks for sharing with us, your deal breakers and your standard. I mean, that's like intimate information for some people. But your willingness to share,
because we kind of just going through stuff and making me think about stuff in different ways. Because actually, this might be good to talk about too. Because my next assignment is I need to list. I need to list gender roles and norms that I follow and believe in.
Oh,
and like kind of expect. So like gender roles and then norms, gender roles / norms. So like I said, I think that'd be
a good episode.
Yeah, to talk about gender
roles and norms.
And he was like the ones that you believe you play into.
Oh,
because I was like,
yeah,
there are gender roles. So yeah. So we kind of just working through everything, and it's kind of like I say, like, because I'm just trying to, date it. It's kind of like understanding, knowing exactly what you kind of looking for and what's your deal breakers and stuff to make you think about it in a different way.
It's one of those things like I always started, but like you said, you vocalize it, and it's like,
and like when I say actually writing them all
you're
out.
Like, dang, yeah, I really believe that.
Or it's stuff you never really thought about, like I said, because
like with the hygiene and the hard drugs, like. I don't think I need to say that, but then I do need to say that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do need to say that. I do need to write that down.
Because it's like your standard and what's just understood to you may not be understood to everybody, you know. So it was just good. It's kind of like, I just said the main reason was doing this because he was just gonna be honest with me and say if some of my standards and deal breakers are realistic, you know.
Yeah.
Because he was saying because that was kind of the wrap up too. He was like, well, you don't have unrealistic standards, like because some people might be like, yeah, you got to be at least, you know,
300,000 a year.
Yeah, because then it's like, okay, we got to play into statistics. And then you say, oh, well, they can't have any kids. And okay, so you realize it's not unrealistic, but that's a very, very small percentage. So that was kind of the point too, because he's just trying to like see like if my stuff is like realistic or if I'm kind of like.
Also, I would think that like, if it was a deal breaker that you know you have, but you never really necessarily said it out loud to maybe one of your partners, maybe saying it there and writing it down then makes it easier for you to uphold that.
Or it's like a deal breaker you never thought about. Well, actually, that is a deal breaker of mine. I never knew that. That's probably why certain stuff didn't work because I'm
interested. I might need to jump into this therapy thing because I'm interested to see if my deal breakers are reactionary. Like, am I just making it a deal breaker because my last relationship exposed something about me? Or is it a deal breaker because it's really tied to what I'm, you know what I mean? I'm sorry, that was just a fleeting thought.
I mean, sometimes you develop stuff based off of experience.
Yeah, I mean, I believe in trial and error anyway. Like, I believe like you get shaped it. Then
you may be like, okay, I didn't like that. And that's not something I can deal with. So it might be something you learned about yourself.
That's true. And you know what's crazy? They're called deal breakers, but you can make another deal. I say that meaning like some deal breakers slide on, some of them slide off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, maybe.
I think that's what I'm saying though.
I think.
Do you think your deal breakers
I think there's a difference between a deal breaker and a preference. Preferences are what are.
Preferences slide on and slide off.
I think preferences are kind of like, those are things or they're a little fluid. You might say, well, my preference is.
Well, I'd rather you not, you know what I'm saying? But if you
a deal breaker is.
No.
If you on hard drugs, that's not something. That's just what it is. But a preference might be, your preference might be they can't do this. And it's a preference. But for somebody, like I said, somebody else, that might be a deal breaker. Yeah. So I think it's just where you put your stuff is. Like a preference of mine maybe.
Well, I prefer
if you like sports, it's a preference. But if you don't, that's not a deal breaker.
That's all right. Yeah, that's all right.
Or a standard.
Yeah,
it's just a preference.
Yeah, that's all right.
But it's fluid. Like if you don't, that don't mean I'm not
gonna mess with you.
Yeah, that's not a deal breaker.
Yeah.
So no, I think deal breaker. You can learn what your deal breakers are, but I think a deal breaker a deal breaker.
So your deal breaker is like always there.
You might just add to it, but I don't even know if that's
crazy.
Thing. But like I say, you might have an unrealistic deal breaker, maybe.
Or maybe,
I don't know.
or maybe what you think is a deal breaker is really a preference for you.
Yeah, sure. That could be
because I'm thinking to myself, how can you add a deal breaker if you can't take one off?
Yeah, I'm gonna say it might be, or like I say, you might have it categorized wrong. Yeah, that may not be.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm about to say
because you might. Yeah, that might just more so be a preference. Like I don't want anybody under 6 feet, but then you
and I think I'm not therapist or nothing, not your therapist, but I think that was kind of cool, and that kind of goes into when he was saying, "Well, how do you know?" And then he was asking you like you said, nothing was assumed because it's just like a conflict, right? Or something like that. I mean, a deal breaker is a conflict, so to speak, when you experience
like a personal conflict to your values.
Yeah, but you sometimes some of them you don't know is there until it happened, right? Yeah, exactly. So I guess that's what I was trying to say. That was a very roundabout way to say that, but Ed, thank you for sharing with us, man. You guys think you want? Hey, you know what? No, first of all, I want to say this: TEP. I take mental health very seriously, so you even just sharing that with us, you're not asked to do that, but thank you. Real talk though, real talk.
Man.
On some real grown man stuff though, man, because Shoot, people growing out here. You probably helping somebody out that's been thinking about that too, man. But yeah, this been episode 32.
Yes, sir. Episode 32. Remember to do all the things on all the things. Transferable Experience Podcast.
We'll be with y'all later, man.